crazy. So does Soulkey have an edge or not?
Well, if it's a circle, he just has all the line that makes the circle, the curve. He has the curve, which is what we call it, the curve.
But does he have the inside or outside? Because one is a concave and one's a convex, and that makes a big difference in StarCraft 2. In fact,
concave.
It's one of the biggest things in the whole game.
Yep, concave versus convex.
All right. Well, Squirtle has force field, so he doesn't really give a crap about that.
Makes his own concave. Now we're going to Habitation Station.
Okay, this is a crazy map. Anything can happen here. Those gold minerals really make it interesting. And
it
it's
can make
very
small. Tight games.
Yeah, it's very small as well. So, like, when you get swarm hosts, it can push the whole map really quickly.
Turtle-style Zerg here, and just kind of close proximity, getting those units that are, that produce free units, Broodlords, swarm hosts, and just kind of taking up area like that on the map. Very, very effective here.
Indeed. It's hard for Protoss to actually take some of those bottom bases as well sometimes. But Squirtle will have something planned. He hasn't been doing as well recently, but this guy, he knows how to plan his strategies. He's very smart about how he plays this game. And I think he probably looked at this and was like, all right, I'm going to be playing Habitation Station against Soulkey. I have this entire game mapped out. So we'll see if he can follow through and maybe pick up a win here, because if he wins this first map, that is a gigantic deal. It means he gets to choose probably Yonsu for...
Yeah, I'd say Yonsu.
Yeah, you win game 1 and you get to do Yonsu. It's pretty sick.
So a lot of this match is going to come down to this specific game right here.
Indeed. First game in a best 3, always very, very important. And, some pros show that more than others. I remember that Hydra's record was like in the 17 matches or something, which he lost game 1. He lost every single one of them.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Well, he was the way on one side, and there were people way on the other side. Where like there was who was it? One player like won all 21 matches. Where some
was that Nesty?
Like, oh god, something like that. I can't quite remember these stats. All right, so I'm going to stop talking about them. But anyways, game 1 is important, guys.
Game 1 is important, and it has just now started. So let's get hype. Soulkey here against Squirtle. The new legends versus the old here. With Tastosis casting the best esports show of all time, the GSL Code S. Casting Archon.
Soulkey versus Squirtle.
Just chimed right in, man. Just gave my own lyrics to that part of the song.
That's really good. You did a good job. By the way, guys, once again, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, Tasis and I are having a little WCS card giveaway on our Facebook for Valentine's Day. So this is your last day to enter it. Just go to our Facebook pages, facebook.com/Artosis and facebook.com/Tasteless.
Yes.
And you just have to leave a little Valentine's card, and that's it, and you might win. So go check that out.
Go do that. And good luck to all of you on your Valentine's Day dates.
Yeah. Or if you're just going to play video games and watch video games instead, know that this is what I've done for most of my life as well.
Same here. And if there are any ladies watching, I want you to know if you are lonely, this chat in Twitch is definitely a good place to start looking.
Yeah.
You will definitely find it.
People get really excited at grills.
At grills, man. How many grills are in the chat? Kappa.
Oh my god. I feel a lot of the times when you talk about like the Twitch chat, I feel like you're like my grandma or something, the way that you say it.
I find Twitch chat to be so funny.
I do too. It's really, really fun.
Copy pasta.
Eddie Pastrina. All right, so this game, what we're seeing here is this is a Forge first from Squirtle, which of course he would like to do a cannon rush, but Soulkey has scouted quickly, as you might expect on a map this small, and has gone for the pool first into a hatchery at the gold. And of course, to try to make up for the fact that he couldn't cannon rush, Squirtle delayed the hatchery a little bit by putting a pylon at the natural. But the thing is, Soulkey probably was going to take the gold anyways, so did it really help that much?
No, probably not.
Probably not. Well,
and so we have the lings being shoved out here very quickly. Now, securing the gold here for the Zerg is very important because, as we said before, I mean, if you can get swarm hosts out, you can pretty much contain the Protoss. This is a pretty tricky situation here if the Protoss isn't able to handle it right. But at the same time, conversely, Protoss is able to get a good push off early on. That's a very short travel distance.
Indeed, that is a very short travel distance. You know, a timing attack can work wonders here as well. It's a funny map. I feel like it hasn't been completely figured out yet. It's like getting there because of the way the bases are set up. I feel like, you know, especially those bottom middle ones just never get taken. Like this, I feel like it just never goes to 5 bases. This map.
Yeah, it never does really.
Yeah, so it's getting there, but you know,
it's probably one of our tightest maps, our most uncomfortably close maps. It reminds me of Steps of War, but better. And that's granted, everything's a lot better than Steps of War, but
that's true.
You know, that was a map where we had people just very close together. Obviously, they're not as close on that map as they were on this one, but yeah.
Yeah, Steps of War, pretty terrible map. I once had a lobotomy that was better than Steps of War.
Wow, and that's too bad because you can never unlobotomy yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I never got a lobotomy.
You performed a lobotomy then?
Huh?
Wait. Say what you said before. Did I not?
Oh, man. That was the whole point, Tasteless.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. Listen, I'm just going to go home.
Can
we start the cast over? Can we go knock on the booth? Be like, guys, got to restart the game. And Tasteless going to
Then all our Valentine jokes are going to...
We could just say those again. They were all funny enough. Everybody will laugh twice.
What about the people that didn't laugh the first time?
People are just now tuning in. They missed out on that.
They better watch the VODs.
Yep. Okay, and now we see the attempt to secure the gold base over here.
Rightfully so. The gold base is very, very important to get on this map, and he sees it being taken immediately. So now we get to see. Now this is definitely something that Soulkey was going to account for. Does Squirtle take gold first, or does he take his second? And it's always going to be one of those. If you try to take the other bases, your third, that's just weird.
All right, Ling's now coming up here in an attempt to deny this third base. Nice wall here, though.
Mothership core really helping
airtight.
out.
And yeah, now both players have the gold base. Obviously, Soulkey having it longer is going to have this massive economy boost.
Yeah.
And that's really one of the tricks here for Protoss to try to solve is, excuse me, within this window of time, Zerg's getting such a lead.
Yeah, he
by
really
having that
is.
gold base. And remember, that was where he put his second hatchery.
Look at the difference in mining here. It's like plus 50% more per minute on the minerals for Soulkey. So, and the thing is, he doesn't have to make as many drones either because there's less patches at the gold. So, it's kind of crazy. Whatever Soulkey does, it's going to be really, really powerful. Whereas Squirtle, he's now completely walled in here. How does he get his probes over there? Is he going to kill a pylon? A little bit clunky to do something like that. I just want to see what Soulkey chooses as his tech route.
Okay, so we got the Mothership core just trying to do any damage at all. Nicely done, though. He does turn those spore crawlers, those drones into spore crawlers temporarily to buy time. Is that an Ultralisk statue over there in the middle? Did you see that in between the two gold bases?
I will look very hard next time.
Yeah.
I did not notice.
It's pretty crazy. Now we have the Oracle, fake Oracle, by the way, coming up here to just do some scouting. Squirrel did this in the previous series he had.
And, well, there is a spore being made, but it does get canceled when he realizes there's no way.
And the War Prism's about to pop out here.
Ah.
Or it just did pop out.
Yeah, he's making Immortals as well. So, looks like it might be like a 3-base Immortal push, which is kind of different, kind of new. Okay, he is throwing down Colossus tech, so that makes a lot more sense. Adding in the Immortals actually makes a lot of sense as well.
Oh, look at this. He's going to do a sentry drop over here and see if he can't punch in. These drones, which would be huge. Oh, whoa.
Not the best.
Yeah, in fact, I'd say far from the best. Yeah. He got the queen at least, but
doesn't really take any damage.
And that's an Ultralisk right there.
Oh, God, I didn't look
again. You didn't look again?
No, I was checking the health. But no, anyways, back to what he's doing here with this early Immortal and everything. The thing is, your opponent, with getting that many minerals with the gold, making a ton of roaches is like almost even a smart thing to do because you can max so quickly on that with a gold base. So mixing in a couple Immortals is smart, but Soulkey's skipping that completely and going right up to these Swarm Hosts. And like Immortals are like a level of bad all their own against Locust.
Oh, God.
The amount
They're
that
like
Locusts
the worst.
want
That's
to
like
see
the worst
Immortal,
matchup.
like
unit versus unit you can have.
Locusts love to eat Immortals, Zealots, High Templars. That's their favorite snack, of course. But Immortals, it's like laughable watching them try to take down swarms of Locusts. It's like Goliaths versus Sunken Colonies from StarCraft 1.
Oh, God, that was the worst.
Oh, man. You're telling me.
Oh, nice. I like a little maneuvering here.
Yeah, he's just delaying some mines.
But the problem is that now that there's 8 swarm hosts out, are we going to be at the point of no return? I mean, he can get maybe 4 more swarm hosts here, and then he could just back this up with whatever else he wants. He's going to be in great shape.
Yeah, that's true. I hope it's not the point of no return, because that means the map is truly broken.
Well, I think this is a really big issue here in this matchup, is that the Zerg are always... First of all, there's always supposed to be ahead in an expansion for the games to be more even, which means they naturally have more opportunities to then try to get that expansion ahead early on. And so the problem there for Protoss in this case is that they can't really do much to stop the Zerg from getting that gold base. And then they have this just abnormal window of time where they just get more money without really being able to be penalized for it.
I see what you're saying. Squirtle right now, by the way, Tasteless, going for air upgrades, switching over to some Void Ray production, even using a Hallucinated Colossus. He's trying to throw around a lot of misinformation, scouting heavily as well. I like how he's playing here, actually. I'm really quite liking it. He's secured 4 bases in a very safe manner. He's done very light harassments, not overcommitting anywhere. He's scouting heavily. He's switching into a good composition overall. We'll see if it works out, though, because he's going for like such a big macro game, and the bigger macro game you want to go, A, against Soulkey, that's dangerous. And
yeah, that's where he's actually is most comfortable.
Yeah, and B, it's allowing more and more swarm hosts to come out. Like, these little groups of locusts are going to be a lot easier to kill than when there's like 24 swarm hosts out.
I mean, yeah, this big swarm like they are right now.
Yeah, well, there's 15 right now. It's quite a few as well. It's when people start getting over 20 that I'm just like, oh my god.
Well, the amount of surface area damage that's dealt with that many locusts then, and even the amount of time it takes to kill off that many locusts. So we have more and more Void Rays being cranked out here.
Nothing mining there from the 4th. I'm actually a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
I would almost like to just see him transfer probes from safer bases, the main and natural, and have them undersaturated.
That's smart.
Because that 4th base will be the one that goes down, like that one in the gold. Obviously, you always have the gold fully saturated, but on a map like this, I would keep that 4th fully saturated as well. Anyways, Soulkey gonna be mining out that gold pretty soon.
Yeah, and when he does mine that out, maybe, just maybe, then with Squirtle suddenly getting an econ advantage here with that gold, maybe he could come up with something.
Yeah, maybe. That is definitely going to be a point in the game where Squirtle's able to mine a lot more than Soulkey.
Definitely something to watch for here. But then again, of course, Soulkey does have just this ungodly amount of swarm hosts, 16 now, which really allow him to keep the Protoss stuck at home.
That's true. It's going to be hard for him to actually push through here, but he's starting to. And this might be a good timing for it, because he's got a lot of Colossus right now. Uh-oh, that is a rather big attack on this 4th. But you know what that means? He can sack the 4th and maybe kill the swarm hosts.
And if he kills the swarm host, that'd be huge. So the 4th goes down. He did not evacuate probes in time, by the way.
Oh, in fact, he even microed the probes a little bit, but didn't evacuate. That's kind of weird. I think he's kind of frantically clicking around the map right now. He's hitting this gold base a little bit. Swarm hosts continue to move forward. Or rather, I'm sorry, backing up to help with the defense over here.
And he's going to lose that Colossus as well. Now, the Void Rays are going to be helpful here, but it looks like overall that big army is just getting pushed away there. And really, Squirtle didn't do anywhere near enough damage.
Yeah, you know what? I actually don't.
Oh, no, attack grid.
Yeah, that's painful. But I don't think that Squirtle was decisive enough here. I think that you have to be 100% decisive in a situation like this, where the swarm hosts are right in front of you, and your 3rd base is going to be killed. You either go home and save your 3rd base immediately, or you push forward for like an almost killing blow. And what he did was he walked behind the gold and disrupted the economy. He didn't even get the hatch, and even if he did, it's almost mined out. I think he should have like gone for the jugular, like go towards the natural. But instead he did very little damage with the attack, and he lost his 4th. And that's not a good place to be in.
No, it certainly isn't. And it's probably going to be mining out that third, actually. Again, just more and more damage. Look at the number of spore crawlers that are being made here. This is just really difficult to deal with. I believe he's going to have that Greater Spire done very soon here. Or should. I mean, once he gets that Broodlord mixture here, I mean, what are you really going to do? It's just you're a stone throw away from your opponent's base.
Wow, a Colossus gets taken out there by the Locust. It's always a little bit painful. This area of the map is becoming an area where I think it's not even efficient for Squirtle to keep the gold. If he's going to lose a Colossus or expensive units like that, trying to keep these... he still has a lot of minerals there, though, because he did take it kind of late.
Yeah. I think Squirtle's going to be stuck in a defensive mode here for a while, not really able to do much of anything.
Well, luckily he's actually hitting with these zealots right before there's a lot of spines.
Yeah. This might be something he could pull off.
Yeah, maybe. He warps in another round there or something. What exactly are our upgrades at, actually? Is it...
well, I know that Protoss lost that Forge, so they should be behind in upgrades now.
Yeah, very behind. He doesn't even have +2 attack yet. Ooh. It's kind of brutal. Now, he is actually going for the Mothership. And the Mothership, the cloaking field of the Mothership, actually, this is the one situation where I feel like the Mothership's actually very, very good. And he's even mixing Tempest, which is perfect for it. If you cloak your army, the Locusts can't attack it, which means they have to bring detection up there. And if you're really on the ball and you have some Tempest and stuff, you can pick off a lot of that detection very quickly and just kind of make it messy where the Locusts suddenly aren't really doing much. Oh, God, but they killed another Colossus.
It's funny because the Protoss is building up this great endgame army, but I mean, then you go over to what the Zerg has, and it's just like, wow, nice job. They're just wiping out those.
Oh man,
just wiping out these Void Rays with ease here. And as the Void Rays activate, he just backs up.
It's what smart play. Like he's just starting to whittle him down even more and more.
He's just so perfect.
Yeah, like vipering in anything. Just every unit he kills, he gets further and further ahead.
Yeah.
Squirtle still is mining very well, so he's going to be able to still make a very good and strong army. Ooh. Templar is definitely going to start helping out. Some weak upgrades as we just saw there for Squirtle still.
Keeping that Mothership right now in the back.
Well, if he brings it out and it gets, like, yanked by a Viper, then that's so expensive, and that took so long to make.
Well, and then anything you really had planned with that is going to be foiled, right?
Yeah.
So.
It's a very painful thing. And, see, this is exactly the type of situation he wants, where you keep the Mothership back far enough, but you keep everything cloaked, and not much can happen there.
Yeah. Oh, but this Nexus goes ahead and is taken out. No, it does.
The next, don't worry, it will be.
The next wave, yeah.
I think you were actually right, Tastes. It will be.
I'm like, it'll go down, and then those Locusts blew up. These should be able to take care of it, though.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, unless they want to, like, target other stuff. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Locust seems to do more damage.
So, you know, Squirtle barely hanging on here. He does have that other base over there we're seeing him at right now. Now, the gold was taken out, but really there was not many more minerals there. So Squirtle still has a small chance here.
Yeah, he definitely still has a shot. You know, this is a very hard area to crack for Soulkey, and Soulkey has shown us countless times, especially during Pro League, that his Swarm Host usage is very, very strong, and it's very hard to kill any of his Swarm Hosts. But, you know what, with the Mothership Core, with the growing Tempest fleet, good amount of Void Rays, some High Templars being mixed in, there's still possibilities, especially when he's denying bases like with those Zealots down there.
Zerg now getting closer and closer to this this fresh third over here. Now that the gold is no longer has a Nexus at it. The question for me is, you know, how long can Squirtle hang on? I mean, this endgame army for Soulkey is getting more and more and more and more complete, right? Mm-hmm. Basically, these guys have these two epic death balls that are getting... It's like two Death Stars that are about to complete.
Oh! Wow, that was so close to yanking that Mothership.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if he loses the Mothership, like, yeah, he can remake it, but it's very expensive, very gas heavy. You basically use up his entire gas bank.
Some Zealots now being warped down here. Looks like he wanted to do a yank, but missed out. And now Infestors taking some shots from afar. The Tempest really proving how the Protoss can turtle it out and still be okay.
Ooh, a nice Archon Morph there against the incoming Fungal Growth. And you know what? Oh, those are really good fungals right there.
Oh! Beautiful!
That was really nice for Soulkey. Really, really nice. I was just about to say, too, right before that happened, that Squirtle's actually taking by far the better end of this engagement, but turns out Soulkey gets a better end once again.
Well, Squirtle is now taking control of the bottom right. So he's starting to get more and more expansions. I mean, eventually for the Zerg, there's only going to be 2 fresh expansions he can take, the 2 at the bottom left. Squirtle has now kind of gained, oddly enough, a lead on who's going to be mining out the map first.
Yeah, that's
kind of funny.
It's not something you would necessarily expect here.
Oh, nice yank in there.
Indeed, but he does then lose the Viper. And he almost gets... Oh, yeah, he's starting to take out some of these infestors as well, which is really important. We do have like we had a 2,000 gas bank for Soulkey, but you know, that is the limiting factor for these Zerg armies. You want to kill these gas units as much as possible, as often as possible. Look at this, Squirtle starting to push him back some.
Locust now coming down here. The Tempest being so helpful here, as they can hit the infestors as they're trying to run away. Same with everything else. And so many Archons. Nice move there. Does take out that one Tempest.
Yeah, anything he can pull in, absolutely anything, is awesome. We have the Mothership actually almost done against. So Squirtle's very on top of that. That's definitely a big piece of what he wants to do this game. Big piece of his strategy for fighting against Swarmhost. It's something that we saw becoming popular last year, and then it kind of faded away a little bit as Protoss has got a little bit sharper with their attacks, and we didn't see Swarmhost as much for like a little bit, but I like that we're seeing it back again.
Storms here also going to help out a lot. Just trying to eliminate the Zerg material here on the board, if you will. You know, the Locusts coming in here. Every time the Locusts start to move in, that's when the rest of the Zerg army can come in there, cast a spell, try to snipe something.
Well, the Tempests right now certainly are doing a lot of work. That Cloak is actually being pretty hero as well. There's 14 Zealots out. And I would actually really like for him to get all the Zealots out of his main ball. I don't see any real reason. I guess they tank a little bit sometimes. But I just feel like it would be better if he adds in a little bit more of the powerful units here. Because those Zealots, I mean, some of them are on the map, like 6 of them or something, but or maybe even up to 8. But that means he has 4 to 6 Zealots. That's 4 to 6 less High Templars that he could have in his army or something like that to actually help, because there's going to be a sudden moment where things go down faceless.
Yeah.
Where there's, like, things get decided very quickly.
Nice tagging there.
Yeah.
I feel like Soulkey's very slowly but surely going to take this. Hold on. Nice gank there on the Mothership core again.
Indeed. He does a lot of damage to these Corruptors, but doesn't really kill them off.
You got to be careful, man. If those Corruptors get underneath those Archons,
yeah,
oh my God,
they'll disintegrate. Soulkey continuing to push in. This is such a messy engagement. Fungal's absolutely everywhere right now. Moving forward with these Corruptors.
Now back away from those Archons. Nicely done.
He's continuing to push forward. We have more infestors being created right now.
I think we just have too many Corruptors.
Look at those. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful movement on these Corruptors up and down the side of the ramp.
And the supplies tell the story here as well.
Wow, that was a lot of them killed something.
Never did I expect that to actually happen.
Yeah, that was a lot killed off. Oh my God, a little bit messy there. But I have to say, the other controlling pieces of his Corruptor movement was amazing. How he was dodging the hits from the Archon. That actually really reminded me of Muta's dodging Archons in StarCraft 1. That was like really well done, the way he was moving and utilizing the terrain to keep those alive for so long.
Soulkey's just so good.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous, but Squirtle is playing fantastically.
But Squirtle's now lost out of their Nexus, and as you know, there's one thing about those free units. I mean, they're not totally free, but the Locusts. I mean, after time, they just sort of chip away at everything on the ground, and there we go. Squirtle just taps out after losing that last base in a really tense PvZ.
Yeah, he just had no gas to replace his army, but he actually depleted the bank of Soulkey. as we were talking about before, that map can get very hard when Zerg cuts it in half with Swarm Hosts. But Squirtle still fought that well against it. This bodes well for Squirtle. I can't wait to see what he does in Game 2 on a map that is of his choosing.
He's clearly got a very good shot of winning this still, despite how good Soulkey is.
Yeah, I would still definitely side with Soulkey winning this one, but
sure,
Squirtle showed a lot of skill there. He showed that he's still